Coming up today on Out West, we head to Littleton, Colorado, one of the best small cities in America, to check out some history, art, and beautiful views. It's all coming up next, right here on Out West, Experience Colorado. Hi and welcome to Out West. I'm your host, Carrie Wilbanks, here in Littleton, Colorado, a place where you can do everything from explore history, watch beautiful views, or even catch an awesome show. This city has it all. Founded in 1890, the 13-square-mile city is now home to more than 44,000 people. Littleton embodies a strong sense of community through its historic downtown, active trail system, and numerous community events. There are more than 59 parks and open spaces. 2 light rail stations offer easy access to downtown Denver or explore the Rockies within 30 minutes. Not only was Littleton ranked as the #2 best small city in America, but also in 2016, Littleton was listed as one of the 10 best places to live in Colorado. I'm here with Kelly, who's the Director of Communications for the City of Littleton. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
This has been an absolutely awesome time seeing what all the city has to offer. Tell us some about the biggest highlights you can find here.
You know, Littleton celebrated its 125th birthday last year, but Littleton is going strong now more than ever before. There's so much to do in Littleton throughout the community, but especially here in downtown Littleton. We're seeing more restaurants, more shopping, more places for entertainment. It's just a great place for people of all ages to come and hang out. And we've got a lot of events coming up in the summer.
I know it was a big deal when Breckenridge Brewery decided to set up shop here. Tell us some about the offerings there.
Well, we were thrilled that Breckenridge decided to make Littleton its home. They are in a most beautiful location right along the South Platte River and the Mary Carter Greenway. So a lot of people are able to come there on their bicycles, walk, rollerblade into the restaurant, sit on their outdoor seating area and just enjoy a great day in Colorado.
That's great, especially with the brewery scene being so big all over the state. It's amazing to see one of the biggest key players right here in Littleton. And I know you said it's set up right along the Mary Carter Greenway. The outdoor offerings here are wonderful too.
The South Platte River and the Mary Carter Greenway are truly gems in the Denver metro area in Colorado. This is one of the largest urban parks in the entire metro area. There's also a nature center there. There's a lot of classes, trail walks, all kinds of things to do. You can tube in the river. So it's a great way to be right in the middle of the city, but still have a great outdoor experience.
And I think anyone who's visiting should definitely want to stop along the Old Town Littleton area. There's a lot of shops and restaurants and really cute historic buildings.
Well, and we're here in front of one of the bookends of Main Street. This is our courthouse that we've restored and we've returned it to use as a courthouse, and we're really proud of it.
For background on the history, I hear that the Littleton Museum is one of the best places to visit.
It really is one of the greatest museums in all of Colorado. The admission is free. We get about 150,000 visitors per year. We have 2 living history farms that you're going to get to see, where you can see people portraying life in Littleton around the 1860s and then around the turn of the century. That'll be a really fun one, and you can find out a lot about Richard Little. He's the founder of Littleton, and you can learn more about how he platted the town.
That's so crazy. Even growing up here, I've never stopped to think about how Littleton got its name but all because of Richard Little.
That's right.
For those that love the outdoors, beyond Mary Carter Greenway and South Platte Park, there's also Hudson Gardens.
You can't miss Hudson Gardens. Again, admission is free, and it's about 25 acres. It's also along the river and the Mary Carter Greenway Trail. You will learn so much about plants and trees and flowers. It's absolutely spectacular. There's a lot of sculpture there. And then, of course, in the summer, they have a Sunday night concert series, so you don't want to miss that.
There's some good names that come through there too, I think.
Yeah, I'll be there this summer.
For those that are in Denver, it's a really easy light rail ride to be here right in the thick of it all.
It's actually awesome. It takes about 20 minutes to ride the light rail from either the Mineral Avenue station or the downtown Littleton station right here. We are finding more and more people are in Denver, maybe for a conference or a convention, and are looking for something fun to do. And it's an easy ride on the light rail to get to Littleton, and it's an easy ride from here to go to Denver for maybe a Rockies game or a sporting event of some kind.
Definitely. You've given us so many ideas of what to check out and a great overview. I cannot wait to go check some of these areas out. Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you. Get going.
Have you ever wondered what life was like in the 1800s? Well, here in Littleton, you can get a full-on history lesson and fun for the whole family. Let's go check it out. Tim is the museum director here at the Littleton Museum. Tim, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Glad to have you here today, Carrie. Thanks.
This has been incredible to walk around. There is so much to do and see here. Will you take us through some of the different exhibits from what you can find inside? Of course, to hear at all of these wonderful living history exhibits outside.
Sure. Well, the museum has been here since 1970, so it's got a good long history. The living history farms that you've just seen are probably the biggest attributes that we have. They're ones that draw people back time and time again. We have two living history farms, one from the 1860s, which is essentially your homesteading period here in Colorado, and then one from the 1890s, more the Victorian era. So you're looking more at the affluent, edge of town type of farmstead at that point.
What kind of differences will you see between those two farms?
Well, it's really the difference between agriculture that's driven by animals and agriculture that's starting to be more mechanized. So what you're seeing is more of a modern farming side on the 1890s side.
Walking around, there's a lot of interactive exhibits too. What kind of things can people expect to see in terms of people dressed in period costumes?
Absolutely. We have a full crew, both staff and volunteers, who are dressed in periods, so both the 1860s and the 1890s. And these are actual working farms. So our livestock, it's not a petting zoo. Our livestock are here to do jobs. We have working fields. So you're going to see interpreters who are here in their costume performing the day-to-day chores that you'd see on a farm of that period.
What are some of the specific examples?
Oh, you're going to see milking. You're going to see sheep shearing during the spring. In the fall, we've got a lot of planting, harvest festival. So it's the same kind of, we follow the same kind of agriculture calendar that a farmer would in those periods, but we try to make it fun, exciting, and accessible to the family too.
And it seems like one visit would not do this place justice, especially with some of the different events that you guys put on.
You know, we have people that literally come back 3 or 4 times a week. They're locals for the most part, but we do about 155,000 people a year here at the museum, and it is a lot of repeat visitorship. It's people who want to come back and catch the farms at different times of day or new exhibits that are opening in the galleries.
Are there some specific events that you think people should come check out that you guys put on?
You know, we do the first 2 Saturdays in October, we have 2 huge events, both of our big outdoor events. We do the biggest arts and craft fair in Colorado here at the museum the first Saturday in October, and then the second Saturday is our harvest festival. So that's all here on the farms, and it really is taking our visitors through, you know, a harvest, an October harvest, a fall harvest in Colorado in the 1860s and 1890s.
I'm gonna have to put that down for the fall. I would really enjoy that, I think.
We'll get you a costume.
That would be awesome. I would absolutely love that. And inside too, you have several more exhibits. What can people expect on the inside?
We do. We have a new building. It's been up about a decade now, but it is a state-of-the-art museum with 4 galleries, everything from a kids connection where our youngest visitors can really get a feel for free play and also some organized activities using facades from historic Littleton buildings. And then we have a main gallery that talks about the story of Littleton, really from prehistory up to yesterday. And then 2 changing galleries where we bring in a very eclectic mix of exhibits, and a fine arts gallery that we do 4 or 5 shows a year in that really showcases the artistic ability here in Littleton and its surrounding area.
And I had learned earlier about Richard Little, and I was so surprised. I've lived in Littleton my entire life, and I never had any idea who he was. Tell us about Richard Little.
Fascinating guy. He's the founder of Littleton. Came out in the 1860s really to plot the city ditch, which was going to be the water supply for Denver and all of its suburbs. But an interesting guy, came from back east, from the East Coast, and never went home.
Wow. And I love how you mentioned inside, seeing some of the facades of the historic buildings. I think that's really fascinating because it's very tangible that you can walk in the old downtown area today and you're still going to see a lot of these buildings restored,
it's
right?
One of the great attributes of Littleton, that we have done such a good job of preserving our past, both here at the museum and probably more importantly in real life. The buildings that you're seeing down on the front street in downtown Littleton are still some of the great historic buildings of the community.
Granted, it's obviously a completely new scene. There is a lot of cool stuff going on down there, but it's really cool to look at a building and be able to picture what it was 100 years ago.
I think so too. I think it's one of the things that keeps us in touch with our past.
Well, this is really wonderful. I'm so glad we got to chat with you, and I'm really excited. I have some plans now for October for the Fall Festival, and I am definitely going to hit you up for that costume.
Great. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. When we get back, we're checking out the Town Hall Art Center. Stay right there. Out West, we'll be right back after this. Hi, I'm your host, Carrie Wilbanks, here in beautiful Littleton, Colorado, experiencing so much of what this city has to offer, including top-notch Broadway shows here at the Town Hall Art Center. This is an experience you don't want to miss. Hi guys, we're here inside the theater of the Town Hall Art Center. I'm joined by Cheryl, the executive director. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Well, thanks for coming by.
This is one cool theater. As soon as I stepped inside, all I could think was, I cannot wait to come see a show here.
Oh, good. Anytime.
I know to me what stands out is just the intimacy of it. You can tell that there's not a bad seat in the house.
There isn't. You're never more than 30 feet from the stage, so you're always right on top of the action. Or if you're sitting in the front row like we are now, then you're part of the action.
Right there. This is where I want to be. Not a bad seat in the house, but it also sounds like there's definitely not a bad production that comes out of this place. What are some of the different shows you guys have coming up for the rest of the year?
Okay, right now we're in the middle of Hairspray, and we're opening the season with In the Heights, which is Lin-Manuel Miranda, the Hamilton famous guy. That'll be here in September. Then we'll do Seussical the musical for Christmas.
A very diverse lineup.
Very diverse.
What do you guys look for when you guys are planning out each of the calendar years?
It's done by a committee, which I think makes us a very strong theater because there's lots of voices that come in. So we have our directors, a couple of board members, our technical crew, and it seems to work for us doing it by committee rather than just having one artistic director.
And it's great too, because obviously you're reaching so many different demographics that there's a show for everyone.
Yeah, we try. I think that's one of the big issues in theaters. Patrons tend to be older, so we're all trying to sort of reach out and reach down into that next generation and pull them along.
When it comes to the talent on stage and also those who are behind the scenes, there is some really incredible talent, it sounds like, that you guys are able to capture.
Yeah, we get some of the better actors in Colorado, and Town Hall's birthed a few too. The woman who's playing the understudy of Christina in Phantom of the Opera in Broadway right now was here.
Oh my gosh.
First on the stage. She was our original Maria in West Side Story about 11 years ago.
Oh wow. And I absolutely love the location of it because I think that Littleton can sometimes be underestimated, but I think that it's fantastic that this was an incredible show that you can come check out, and then you have downtown Littleton right out the door to go to some incredible restaurants, some shopping. It's a perfect evening. I think it's also fantastic that you guys are finding ways to bring kids in and introduce them to a new skill set.
That's sort of birthing the next generation of theater goers. So we have a kids program and we do summer camps and then we do a fall after school program and a spring after school program. And then we do field trips both at schools and here at Town Hall all year long. We see about 4,500 kids a year.
To be a kid again.
Yeah.
That sounds so fun. Is there anything else you want to share about the offerings that you guys have here or why people should come check out a show?
Only that once you come, you'll always be back because it's just an experience that most people say is unbeatable in this town. So we were named Denver A-List. We were named the top force. So DCPA, the Buell Theater, Arvada Center, and we were number 4.
That's incredible.
And when you consider the size of those venues and then we're number 4, we're real proud of that.
Exactly.
We do have a good product, I think.
That's incredible. I cannot wait to come see a show, and I really appreciate your time talking with us.
Not a problem, so I'll get you some tickets.
That'd be great. Thanks, Cheryl.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
When we get back to Out West, we're rocking out at Hudson Gardens. Stay with us. Welcome back to Out West. I'm your host, Carrie Wilbanks, here in gorgeous Littleton, Colorado. Another spot to check out with your family is Hudson Gardens and Event Center. We're going to catch up with Rich to get the latest on the offerings and events you can find right here. Rich is the CEO here at Hudson Gardens. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for coming out to see us.
Absolutely. This is stunning. I would love to get the history and the background of how Hudson Gardens ever came to be.
Well, it's sort of a long history. I'll try to make it short, okay? In 1941, King Hudson, who was a dentist in the Army, was transferred to Fort Logan. He brought his wife, Evelyn. Evelyn wanted to open up a restaurant. So they found 5 acres on South Santa Fe Drive, which at the time was a 2-lane dirt road out in the country. They built what they referred to as the country kitchen, and after 20 years they then leased that property to the Northwoods Inn Company, which was an iconic restaurant in Colorado. Northwoods Inn operated until 1996, and then when this property was turned over to the Hudson Foundation.
And now does it operate as an event space?
It's a multi-purpose event space. We have a lot of display gardens, obviously, but we do a lot of different events here. Our concert series is probably the most renowned, but we also do a holiday light show at Christmas time. We do a beer festival now. We're in our 3rd annual beer festival at Labor Day time. And we do about 300 social events here, which includes weddings, bar mitzvahs, we do some celebrations of life, and we do a lot of business corporate events, small corporate events.
There's a lot to keep people coming back. I know we've just talked some about the special events that you guys offer and also the festivals, but as someone who's just visiting Littleton for the day, it seems like a great place to stop. It's free admission, and these grounds you can stroll on and see lots of different things.
And we have a lot of people that do that, and they do it regularly, not just once a season, but they do it on a regular basis. Some people are here weekly. We have a lot of people who come and do photography, whether it's of the flora or fauna, or the wildlife. So yeah, there's a lot of that. And as you may know, we're right here on the South Platte River, and we are adjacent to that. We're one of the amenities on the Mary Carter Greenway Trail, and there's another 600,000 people a year that go by here on that trail.
And I want to talk about the concerts because you guys are definitely well known for this concert series. Tell us about what it is.
Well, we started doing concerts about 16 years ago, and we started with local talent such as the Nacho Men, Hazel Miller, Chris Daniels and the Kings, Dot Cero. Unfortunately, we have to be sustainable financially, so we took a little risk and started bringing some bigger names from classic rock back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. We will lead off our concert series of 16 concerts with the Four Tops.
Awesome.
So if you remember the Four Tops, you probably don't remember, you're too young, but your parents might remember the Four Tops.
I'll ask him about that later.
Yeah, do.
The other names on there, looking through the concert series for this year, I noticed Leonard Skinner and the B-52s. There's some really big acts. Kool and the Gang,
the two that you just mentioned. Chris Isaac is a great talent. He's been here a number of times. We got Michael McDonald, who was with the Doobie Brothers. We got Survivor and Loverboy, Gladys Knight. I mean, it's really a good, strong lineup. We're excited about it.
And the atmosphere for the concerts seems so laid back. Bring your own lawn chair, bring a picnic. I can't imagine a cooler venue for that reason.
It's a great venue for that. It's very relaxed. Typically the shows are 75 to 90 minutes, so people can get home fairly early. It's a beautiful setting.
Awesome. That sounds fantastic. I really appreciate you talking to us. There is so much you guys have to offer, and I can't wait to get more of a look around.
Carrie, thank you very much. I appreciate you coming out.
I'm Nick Fisher with the Humane Society of the South Platte Valley. We're happy to be part of the community. We offer adoptions of animals, dogs, cats, rabbits, small mammals. We also have a low-cost spay-neuter clinic where you can come in and get your pet spayed or neutered. We do vaccinations and microchips. Come and see our facility. We run a really innovative program for getting animals adopted, and every animal that comes in our facility, we try to get it a better home.
you can see, Littleton has so much to offer, from a far-reaching history to incredible landscapes. It's definitely one of the best little cities out there. For Out West, I'm Carrie Wilbanks, and remember, only you can truly experience Colorado. We'll see you next time.